Dear students, welcome to English class. Today we are going to go to the third chapter called Hound of Baskervilles. Now, what do you know about this novel Hound of Baskerville? It is written by Sir Arthur Ignatius Conan Doyle. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was a British writer and medical doctor. He created a character Sherlock Holmes in 1887 when he published A Study in Scarlet, the first of four novels, which includes The Sign of the Four, Hounds of Baskerville, Valley of Fear, and more than 50 short stories about Holmes and Dr. Watson. Here you can see the picture of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. This here is one of the first edition copy of Study in Scarlet, the first novel written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle about the fictional detective named Sherlock Holmes. Now if you look at the picture, you can see Lowell's detective series 25 cents. So it cost only 25 cents at that time. A Study in Scarlet, an image of Sherlock Holmes in his pushback chair, name of the author Arthur Conan Doyle, then the name of the publishing company, what was it? Seaside Publishing Company, New York, 142 to 144 Worth Street. That is the address of the publishing company. Then issued monthly. So it is a monthly issue of Study in Scarlet. Now, in this chapter, we are going to study about the third novel written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, that is Hound of Baskerville. This here is the bookback copy of this here is the this here is the book cover of Hound of Baskerville. It is a first edition copy. This is also another early edition of Hound of Baskervilles. Before talking about Hound of Baskerville, let's talk about Sherlock Holmes. Who is Sherlock Holmes? Sherlock Holmes is a fictional detective character created by Arthur Conan Doyle. He lived in number 12 Baker Street in London. Now, Sherlock Holmes is said as an eccentric genius who likes to dabble in science, mainly chemistry. He has a constant companion called Dr. Watson, that is John Watson. This here is the statue of Sherlock Holmes in front of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's family house. And this here is a portrait of Sherlock Holmes. It was drawn in the year 1904. Now let's go to Hound of Baskervilles, another adventure of Sherlock Holmes, novel by Arthur Conan Doyle. The story is set in the moors of Devon. So here is a picture of moors of Devon. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson are investigating the mysterious death of Sir Charles Baskerville. This here is the portrait of Sir Charles Baskerville, and the character Charles Baskerville was based on this man. This is also his picture. So, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson are investigating mysterious death of Sir Charles Baskerville. And according to the local people, he died due to a 200-year-old family curse. And what was that family curse? According to the people, a hellhound or a demon dog roams around the moors of Devon and attacks and kills members of Baskerville family. And the next person in its list is Sir Henry Baskerville, heir to Sir Charles Baskerville. So, do you want to know how Sherlock Holmes came to know about this case? It was given to him by his acquaintance, Dr. James Mortimer. And to investigate this, Watson goes to Baskerville Hall first, and there he meets four people who could be possible suspects. This here is the picture of Baskerville Hall. There is Barrymore and his wife. Then there is an archaeologist named Stapleton and his sister Beryl Stapleton. Full name of Stapleton is Jack Stapleton. During this time, Holmes does his own investigation with the help of Lestrade, a police detective of Scotland Yard. That is specialized police. He visits Baskerville Hall secretly, and there he identifies a striking resemblance between Sir Hugo Baskerville, whose portrait hangs on the wall, and Stapleton. Here you can see Sherlock Holmes identifying Hugo Baskerville and finding striking resemblance between Hugo Baskerville and Stapleton. According to Holmes, Stapleton wants Sir Henry dead because after his death he stands to inherit Baskerville fortune. He has a motive for murder, but Sherlock and Watson will have to catch him red handed to prove that he is guilty. And more importantly, they have to save Sir Henry. That night, they picked up Lestrade from railway station and arrived at Baskerville Hall. As usual, you saw the picture of Baskerville Hall earlier. And after paying the carriage, they started walking across the moor in moonlight. This here is a picture of moors of Devon. They decided to walk until they reached the path leading to Merripit House. This here is the picture of Merripit House. It's an actual building. If you go to Moors of Devon, you can see the actual building called Merripit House, which was used as a setting for this particular novel. Before reaching the place, Sherlock Holmes asked Watson to investigate what was happening inside. Inside the house, there was only light in one room, and Sir Henry and Stapleton was there. Stapleton was very happy, but Henry was very pale, thinking about his imminent death. After waiting for some time, Moor began to be covered in fog. The visibility was very low. They didn't know how to find out whether Sir Henry left the house. So, what did Sherlock do? He put his ears on the ground and listened for the footsteps of Sir Henry. After some time, they came to know that Sir Henry has left the house. But suddenly, the hound attacked. In this novel, we can learn about how Sir Henry's life was saved by Sherlock Holmes. First, go through this video, and if you have some doubts, you can contact me directly. We can go to the second part in the next class.